Hey everyone, D-Dub Squizzy here, and welcome back to Neverwinter Nights. I'm gonna go talk to Erebeth because she's driving me mad.
It is good to see how we know no air it is possible that
Alright, go talk to Aaron again, the spy master.
Instead, Erebeth has informed. It is right. No, I said. Listen, have you a question for? Aye, a city of pirates and bait as you wish. The southern road is not so much a place you very little ruins will be.
Okay, so his advice is to go north, where the humanoids are causing problems. There's a bunch of different, like, tribes of orcs and hobgoblins and ogres. Yeah, and goblins, causing trouble in the caves up there, and they've been being led by a human recently, and so that is actually the first real adventure thing I'm going to do in this game. It's got one of the optional pieces of evidence you need. Alright, so first we're going to talk to Kendrak about the bounty hunting. Okay, so he wants me to hunt down the 5 people with bounties on them. Alright, so here's the thing about the second chapter. It's got a lot of forest roads, and the thing you'll be seeing more than anything else of is like umbrella fetch quests and dungeons. Those are abundant in this one. So the farmer's son will tell you about there we go. He wants me to help rescue his mother from those humanoids. Actually, I should go in here first. Alright, so the town, there's some stuff in the town to take a look at. First, I'm going to go over here. Alright, Solomon will show up to speak to you.
Wow, they told me.
Alright, so he gave me a ring and some money, because I convinced him to give me money too. The ring is just a way for the cult to track you. Doesn't really matter either way. This dude here, because that guy's a cult agent who's sent to kill you. This is an adventurer who is looking for evidence on the cult, because there's money in it. He'll tell you about those humanoids in the north as well, wants you to go investigate them and then share info with him. He'll try to kill you come the end, because he wants money and he doesn't want you to get in the way of it. And he's not incompetent. His challenge rating is impossible now.
Greetings to you.
Alright, so he has some pretty nice stuff. Greater Mask of Persuasion. I won't take it, because I don't need it. I'm going to have a better helmet pretty soon. But he does have very nice thief equipment. So he has unfavorable, so that's 262. I need to look around for the good merchants again.
I'm in the middle of a drink, please.
Don't worry, young hander. This will work out, yes. Everything happens.
He wants 3 gems to make something so he can get his daughter to the Elven City of Evermeet. Alright, so that's another one of those big fetch quests. 1 gem down each of the roads, the south, the east, and the north.
Port Llast's only anti-lycanthrope.
Alright, so he sells anti-lycanthropic goods. Better prices than Llast. I don't think this guy sells anything.
Can I help you?
No, he doesn't. Al-Halor there and Ander are part of another quest line, but you can get it from Nirik, who is the priest of Tyr over in Tyr's temple. I think one of these things is pretty badly trapped. Okay, it's trapped, but not that bad. I am paralyzed, however. So that was a 16 damage trap. I only took 1, though, because of the ring. Fairy dust. Eliath also gives you a key. So a wizard named Wanev has one of those gems. Wanev has a house here in Port Llast, although he hasn't been back to it in quite some time. He has a tower down the south road as well. So he gave you a fake key that he fashioned that can get you into Wanev's cottage here in town. Alright, so now we go over to the temple here. The temple's not actually in town. This is a portal that takes you to a cave where the temple is set up miles away from here to keep it safe. Alright, he wants me to find the 3 boys and Paladin who've been turned into werewolves by a creature called the Black Wolf, which is a legendary werewolf around the town. They weren't actually turned into werewolves by that particular wolf. It calls itself that, but I'm pretty sure it's actually a traveling werewolf that just happened to be here around now. Alright, don't want that. Alright, so he's also 279. And then he gave me silver chains to turn the boys back from being turned into werewolves. And so you want to find them, wound them, and then convince them to wear the rings. Alright, he has, like, the worst. However, he will buy traps. Him and Eliath both will, but Eliath will eventually leave if you complete his quest line, so, you know. This is like the last chapter where you can consistently sell traps.
Taste of my wrath!
Alright, these guys are arguing about shipping goods to Neverwinter. The captain doesn't want to because he's worried about the plague. The other guy wants him to because they need relief supplies.
I greet you.
Hello.
I greet you.
Okay, so it's not a quest, but you do get, you know, what was it, 200? No, 100 XP, and then some gold. Alright, you got these boats here. Some of them have locked crates. Now we're finding those kinds of chests that are locked, and we'll find them more routinely. You don't even realize it till you get to this chapter, but it really does make a difference going from entirely city areas to no city areas. These games will do that, though. Go from one to the other pretty quickly.
Perish as you should.
Alright, so that anti-lycanthropic guy, he'll be talking to a kid in that inn.
Take you.
The anti-lycanthropic guy is the werewolf. The kid is the only victim of the attack when the others were turned, who didn't get turned himself. So the paladin who was hunting the wolf did, and then Ander's 3 friends did. You can ask Ander about them. He'll give you clues as to where they're at. One's in a cave on the south road. One's standing next to an entrance to the east road, or to the south road on the east road. And then one of them, then Carathis, is up north in the Black Wolf's den. And then after you get rid of them, you can find the Black Wolf and put him down. That's the daughter of the guy who gave me the bounties. She has the I hate this town and want to go out and experience the whole wide world kind of feeling. She gets that sentiment beat out of her pretty quickly in this quest line. Things do not go well for her. Alright, magical darts. Eltora here is back, although she'll never recognize you.
Welcome to the shop, as I liked.
She wants you to find 5 tomes of the ancient Damascus civilization. Again, another big old fetch quest. The werewolf one is technically a fetch quest as well, because the guy wants you to bring back the adventuring rings that the guy handed out. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, she wants a reagent if you want to look at her stuff, so you have to give her something to do it. Fortunately, she doesn't have very good prices, but that is what I want. Oh yes. Complete immunity to mind affecting spells. Just 100% immunity. There is one other werewolf as well, in town, and I'll be getting to him this episode. Okay, so I don't have to worry about any mind effects at all anymore. This is, in my opinion, undeniably the greatest helmet in the game. Just unilaterally. I mean, complete immunity to all mind effects is extremely overpowered. Oh wow, you can actually break that down. I half expected it to say it was barred from the other side, or just undamageable, but nope, went right through that thing. Alright, so there are 6 pieces of evidence, which I think I said last time. The journal you get out of the goblin caves, out of just the massive cave system to the north, and then the ones you get off the first 2 assassins sent after you are both... they're not critical pieces of information. There are 3 critical ones. One is off the 3rd assassin, one is to the east, and then one's to the south. You must get 2 in order to complete the quest. Like the main quest. Yeah, let's get a Nymph Cloak +2. How much is this one worth? 287. Okay, this is the best place so far. Halgel over here. He gives you some basic bags and stuff. The blacksmith has his own individual shop as well. 336. Alright, this guy is just fantastic. Gauntlets of Ogre Power. Regular Gauntlets of Ogre Power. I think he's the last shop in town as well. No, there's one more I need to check. This guy's probably going to be the best, but I do need to check one other. I don't think I can search these stones. I can. We'll find quartz crystals and fen berries now. Those are other reagents.
Hello there to you.
Favorable. Alright, pretty good. Maybe better. I'd have to check. He also has better boots of hardiness. So I have a couple things to buy. Oh, right. I meant to go loot El Toro's workshop. Alright, let me go check with that blacksmith. So this guy offered 344, right?
Welcome back.
Yes. He also gave you a quest in the East Road in the Neverwinter Wood. Wild animals over there are attacking druids and rangers. And, you know, that's a problem. So he wants you to go take a look at it. Alright, yeah, that druid actually has pretty good stuff. If you're not a cleric, this armor is fantastic. It's the equivalent of +2 full plate. I can enchant my full plate to be stronger by this point, but that is really good stuff. This guy also just has +1 full plate, in case you didn't feel like shelling out 21,000. Alright, so druid is the best guy to sell to. So this is Alhalor's house. I won't go in there until I finish the werewolf questline. Wanev's cottage. I plan on taking care of Wanev's cottage. I might as well do it now. He has a couple basic, pretty weak defenses in here, but he's also got a flesh golem. I tell you what, that thing is no joke. This place, as I recall, has some decent level traps in it. That's not a great magical bag, and I think there's a trap in front of the stairs. Yep, I managed to get around it. Okay, 4 skeletons. You got their knuckles. More skeletons over in this room, including a mage. Alright, he should have some goblins, bugbears, some mephits. I think a gargoyle or two. And then a flesh golem. The flesh golem's the only thing to really be concerned about. These bugbears are just humanoid monsters. Well, goblinoid, technically. Really not that bad, though. His rage wore off, so his temporary hit points left.
Let the earth take you.
A slod taunt. I can't remember. Is this thing +2 on its own? No, it's just a +1. Alright, there's our goblins. Well, now that I think about it... No, bugbears are goblinoids. For a second I thought they were humanoids. Okay, definitely want to beef up for this fight. This flesh golem is particularly powerful. And it hits really hard. So hopefully I can put it down without any problem with all of these abilities. Oh, cast this one too. Yeah, it's rated overpowering for me. But it takes, yeah, extra fire damage. It's also got, like, a bunch of extra hit points. Okay, we got it. All good. That's for the traps that are in this room. So that right there is a gargoyle. There's a negative energy trap. I think there's a poison trap in here as well. Which should be... Oh! Dang it. Alright, I quick saved just before that room. With all of my super enhancements, I think. Yeah.
Taste of my wrath.
Well, that didn't go well, did it? I thought it was a poison trap. Oh, I have two remove traps, actually. I was thinking of conserving it for the upper floor, but I've got enough for this. Oh, my other protections are wearing off too, aren't they? They are. Yep, there goes everything.
It's difficult to carry.
Oh, man, I didn't empty that either.
Pack is too heavy. It's difficult to carry.
Man, what's really weighing me down here? Is it just like a combination of everything? That's 6 pounds. This is 3. Yeah, let's just take that out, put that in. These weigh actually a pretty decent amount, surprisingly enough. I don't know. I don't feel like resting again right at the moment. Well, meh. Doesn't matter. I do wish those lasted longer. Once I hit, like, up around 13th or 14th level, I'll be able to cast them for significantly longer, but... right now we still gotta deal with the inconvenience. I don't think I need Endure Elements anymore, either. Yeah, no, that's not... I have a ring that can do that now. I'll take a second Divine Favor. Alright, we'll encounter some more methods up here. Alright, and then in this cookbook, you will get the info that lets you know to go like this. I didn't do it. There we go. Alright, this is his lab. His lab in town. He has several labs total. And that's, of course, a death chest. By the end of this chapter, we'll have graduated from those. Alright, that's his journal that lets you know, it recounts a somewhat amusing tale of one of getting too drunk to remember what the password to get past the stupid hobgoblins was, misplacing his ward stone, and eventually just getting tired of it, abandoning the shack, and going to his tower in the south. He's powerful, but not entirely professional, as mages go. However, that ward stone grants easy access to his tower. I don't think it's a necessity to get it, but it might be. I've never really tried without it. Okay, so don't think I snatched up that barrel. No, I did not. Let's curve around this way. I think I missed one boat, maybe a little house or something. Although that house might be just locked off. Yeah, it's a barn, so it's closed. So, we've got 4 major fetch quests, I believe. We have the tomes, the werewolves, the gems, and the bounties. The bounties, I need to bring back the ears of everyone that I kill, because they had special tattoos from the Waterdavian prison they escaped from. The werewolves, I need the rings, except for the knight, who you can only encounter after you rescue the boys. And he has his journal. And then there's 3 gems and 5 tomes. 1 tome in the north, 1 tome to the east, 3 to the south. 1 gem in each direction, 1 ring here, 1 east, 1 south, journals in the north. And then the bounties, it's 2 to the east, 1 to the south. 2 are in the north, but you can't get the last one until you've got all the others. Getting past the cow to get to this hay bundle here is a nightmare. Sometimes you can get it through the... There we go. Right, I don't think there's any loot up here. No, there is, in the tower. That's right. This is just like a little memorial or something like that to commemorate something about Port Llast. A little bit of world building, I think. But nothing that you really need to concern yourself with. Alright, the first of the werewolf boys is in this farmhouse. When you enter, his parents will try to tell you to leave. Just ignore them, go into the upper rooms, that's where he is. I'm gonna loot the water trough first. Who just leaves 22 arrows covered in acid lying in a water trough? Okay, so there he is. I gotta save so I don't kill him accidentally, because you gotta beat him down but not kill him. He uses unarmed attacks, which means every swing that he does, you get an attack of opportunity. Usually. You're supposed to, at least.
Hi there.
Alright, he took one of the silver necklaces, he's cured, he gave me the ring, and he's all good. So that's the first one of them down.
Taste of my wrath! I greet you.
Alright, get a little extra money from him. And he gave you a magic sickle. Alright, so we just got a little bit more looting to do down here. And then I think the entire town will have been bled dry. That barn is sealed. This house is not. Wow, but it's kind of ragged. Summon creature 6. I think that's a greater elemental. Oh no, that's a dire tiger. That's not even an elemental yet. Farmer's daughter. Oh. I half expected that to be a joke. Potion to cure critical wounds in a pile of garbage. People leave a lot of expensive garbage lying around, don't they? Alright, now because I forgot to do it earlier, I gotta go loot El Toro's lab. So each of the tomes that you find from her, it has a recipe to make a magical item. It takes a few reagents and then requires a particular spell to be cast. Each of the tomes details, you know, what to do pretty precisely. If you give her a tome, you don't lose that information. She just keeps the tome itself because she likes the tome. She wants to have the originals. I think that dude's here just to educate you on the operations of this place. He's kind of a weirdo. Yeah, she's got some traps in here. This is kind of her home, away from home. She runs the Cloak Tower Guild in Neverwinter. That's where she normally operates. She's like moved out here to run this branch because this is where adventurers are lining up to find the cult. Alright, so the place you put reagents in and cast spells on is that chest, and every single tome that you bring her has a copy of it in a note placed in this bookshelf for you. So you can use that to conduct your experiments without the actual original tome. But just like the Cloak Tower in the first chapter, if you're not a mage, you can't really participate. But you can still find the tomes and get some XP and money for it. Alright, so I want to get better boots and better gloves. I think if I sell what I've got now, I might be able to afford both. It's like probably between 17 and 18,000 to get them all. I should probably do this now too.
Hey, I'll take.
Okay, so I handed the ring over. Now I need to go over and sell things to Ballard.
Welcome back.
People are really messing with cats in this town. Everywhere you go, you can hear a bunch of them wailing. Right, I forgot I got that trap. There we go. Let's pick up these. Oh, wow, those are way more expensive than I thought they were. But I think I've still got enough to go grab the gloves. If you're interested in those resistance belts, this guy also sells all those. And this shield is pretty nice if you use that size of shields. He has the dark steel one as well. Extra against good, otherwise it's just a +2 tower shield, but spell resistance is pretty nice. So this is, yes, an extra 2 strength. Which I think raises my default strength to an 18. Okay, so I want to rest now. Right, I want to put those away as well. You need to keep them around for all the werewolf children. Alright. So now I want to enter this thing again. Solomon is back, because I spent enough time around town. That's why I went to him first, is to make sure I had enough time there. He'll threaten you on part of the cult. Then he'll disappear again. So now the stage is set. He will try to kill me.
Thanks so much for helping me, young one.
Solomon dying is the first trigger point for the other assassins as well, so you gotta kill him first. And he will attack me out on the road. I plan to clear out just the, like, surface level of the North Road in this episode as well. There's a massive cave system around here we'll be dealing with too, but a little later. Alright, so he wants, basically, in those caves, so you have goblins, hobgoblins, ogres, and not hobgoblins, goblins, bugbears, ogres, and orcs, all like fighting each other over the caves in there. They often, as well, raid travelers. This farmer out here just recently had his wife abducted by them. He used to be an adventurer, but can't really go out and fight very well anymore. The leader of, like, each one of those tribes has their own chieftains that are always fighting with each other, but the one who can get them all in line, and who they will all obey if he tells them to do something, is Durgiab, which is an ogre mage that runs things in the caves. This farmer wants you to rescue his wife and bring him the head of Durgiab, because Durgiab just won't stop causing them issues for as long as he's around. He's an ogre mage, so he's a little bit formidable. He's got a serious number of personal guards, and probably the second cult member we'll be encountering in this chapter is out there. I think this is trapped. It's not. The farm is pretty not dangerous. I'm just running around and looting it before casting my protections and stuff, so they'll have as much time to act as I might need. Alright, back down to the farm itself. We'll be fighting Solomon in just a moment. Gotta get my protections and whatnot up. Because while he's not, like, super dangerous, he can be pretty threatening if he catches you off balance. So my charisma is still at 16, right? 17. Right, because of the ring. I could wear the belt of the performer, too. I don't think the spell resistance stacks, and this thing gives me 10, which is a little bit less, but not a lot. I think I will wear the belt of the performer. Give me an extra charisma point. That's a temporary measure. Eventually I will have a better belt than that, but that works for now. Alright, let's kill Solomon. He should attack us right here. Yep, there he is. Kill him first. If you just sit there for a second, he'll give the order and his men will attack. The only reason they can be dangerous is because they all sneak attack. Because they're all rogues. But aside from that one fact, they're not that bad. That's the letter to Solomon, which is a piece of evidence, but not the kind of evidence you need. What it does tell you is that they have operations in the Neverwinter Wood and the Charwood, which are to the east and the south. Alright. Want to kill wild animals because they're just worth extra XP. Direwolves are dangerous. Wargs don't have many hit points. They can hit decently hard, but direwolves are a bit tougher. And pretty common enemies out here. Alright, so now that Solomon's dead, a couple other things have been sprung into motion. Next time I enter the inn, I will probably be approached by multiple people. The first will be the second assassin that's coming after me. It's a woman who asks for your help. Is that a lion? What in the world is a lion doing out here?
Let the earth take you.
The first one is a girl that asks for your help rescuing her brother who's been kidnapped by some cultists. She'll tell you to help her. He's being held outside of Charwood. When you get there, she's an assassin with some other assassins. They'll all try to kill you. And you can just, massacre them all. Their note is as useful as Solomon's. Simply tells you where to go next. As is the journal of the guy running these guys out here in these caves. However, other people will try to talk to me too. Representatives of the third assassin. Not actual representatives of his. Victims is a better term. He's been sent by upper management from the cult to deal with the adventurers that have been causing them problems out here. And so they just start hunting down, and he just starts hunting down and killing adventuring parties that are looking for the cult. As well as threatening innocent people and telling them to spread the word that if I don't stop what I'm doing, he'll be killing innocents too. His name is Vardok, and he is actually quite dangerous. He does act alone, and he's pretty straightforward, but yeah, he's pretty strong. Alright, so this here is the entrance to the cave system. We're not going in it right at the moment, but there are some goblins around it, so you understand. There are multiple entrances to it, and it's a 3-layered cave, I believe. The upper layer is the really big one. It's where the goblins and the orcs stay. Bugbears are below. Each tribe's got its own chieftain in their throne room. Chieftains are significantly stronger than their underlings. The ogre caves at the bottom, they don't have an individual chieftain other than Durgiab himself. And there aren't a lot of ogres there either. Durgiab surrounds himself with the champions of the goblins, orcs, and bugbears. He doesn't have his own big tribe of ogres or anything. He probably doesn't trust him, frankly. I can tell you I wouldn't. If I were a mage among the ogres, I'd be smarter than the rest and know not to trust them. Alright, that's the way to the Green Griffin Inn and Luskin, which is a packed area, I might say, or I must say. You can't get to Luskin at this stage, that's the next module. But the road up there and the Green Griffin Inn are just filled with things to do. I think that's a wolf that just killed a deer. Yep. Oh, there's some goblins back. Must be another group that didn't spawn in the first time. The elites are shockingly tough. Way tougher than they should be. I don't think there's a goblin that could take a full-on whack from someone with a 20 strength. Plus all the magic and the fire on the weapon. Alright, that little bridge will take me to a little other off section. So as far as those 5 people who I'm hunting down for the bounty quest go, each one of them that you encounter, all but one, will try to plead for their lives. Let me think. 3 of them will attack you on sight, 2 of them will talk to you beforehand, and one of those 2 that talks to you tries to lure you into a trap. Every time you get them down to low health, they will beg for their lives and say that they were falsely accused, yada yada yada. Or that they were accused of doing something that they didn't have a choice in, or self-defense, or whatever. Frankly, I choose not to believe any of them. If you look at their descriptions and just judge them based on their actions, they're all pretty, you know, ready to try and kill you at a moment's notice. The only one who owns up to his crimes is the one who orchestrated the escape. So basically, you got a Minotaur, you got this small halfling assassin girl, you have a crazy gnome monk, an elven ranger, and then a half-orc fighter, I think he is, but pretty smart for a half-orc too. The half-orc organized everyone into a group. The gnome was the one who put together the plan for them to escape. The Minotaur burst out of the place. He managed to break open the gates, I think, and keep the others busy. The assassin happened to poison the guards, so they encountered less resistance. And a lot of other guards were busy fending off animals that I think the ranger called on them. And then the 5 made it out of the prison. Then they all promptly split up after getting around this area. So you gotta find them all individually. Each one will try to beg for their lives. Little spoiler alert. I don't believe any of them. They killed a lot of innocent people already, and all of them attempt to kill me, except for the one, which is Sturge, who owns up to his baby murdering. He, like, straight out says, "Hey, I'm Sturge the baby killer." That's how he introduces himself. And he's like, "Now, you could kill me, right? But I'm pretty dangerous, and I don't want to fight. And I can tell you where the other people with bounties on their heads are. So you leave me alive, I'll cut off my ear and give it to you so you can turn it into the bounty. And then you can go hunt down the others." I kill him anyway. I don't even need his info. I know where all 5 are at. This cave right here, this is the Neverwinter mine, I believe. Llast mine. It's closed off by order of Kendrak, who's the mayor of the town as well. The guy who runs the guild. The bounty quest will culminate in there, but we can't enter it right now. It's got a big old locked gate right as you walk in. Alright, so you can go down to the east road from here. All these roads connect with each other. But I never really use the interconnections either. Got some more boars. The spawning on this road is always kind of funky.
Let the earth take you.
I could just notice it more, though, because I crossed through it repeatedly. Alright, well I think this is an alright cave to go through then. So, I'm going to end this one here. We cleared out Llast, which is actually a reasonably tall order, and then the little north road here. which there isn't a ton of different stuff in it, but, you know, some loot, some random encounters. You just run through it all. And we've dealt with the first assassins, so next one we'll be picking up in these caves. I want to hopefully clear them all out in one go. There's 3 levels of the caves. First one, the top one's the only real big one. The others are pretty straightforward, but it'll probably take some time, regardless. But that's the plan for the next one. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.